Rainollon here. Today is yet again another build showcase, and it's the Synoid Gammacor Incarnon. So, let us immediately start. Let's start with mods. So the mods I'm using on my Gammacor Incarnon, I'm using Galvanized Shot for status chance and direct damage per status on target, Galvanized Diffusion for multi-shot, Galvanized Crosshairs for critical chance while aiming, Lethal Torrent for firing to multi-shot, Frostbite for cold status chance, Pistol Pestilence for toxin status chance, toxin and cold gives you viral, Prime Heated Charge for heat, the weapon comes with magnetic, and Planetary Cracker for critical damage. These are the mods. For the Axel's Weapon Adapted Slot mods, personally speaking, you don't need anything. Everything here is just pointless. I will not recommend at all. You don't need to waste formas, so this slot here, just leave it empty. For the Arcane, Cascadia Flare is by far the best in slot. We have heat, and on heat status effect, you get 12% damage increase for 10 seconds. Stacks up all the way up to 480%, which is a ton of increased damage. This weapon does have a passive. It's a syndicate weapon, and every syndicate weapon has this system. When you shoot, you will fill up a bar. When that bar fills up, you will technically explode, doing 25 meters magnetic damage, and restores 25% of your energy, and increases your maximum energy by 25% for 30 seconds, which is quite good. For the stats on the base Synoid Gammacor, the fire rate is very good, magazine size is good, maximum ammo from pickup is good, reload is good, very high accuracy, hold 40 range, which is one of the highest of all beam weapons. Not all, maybe could be all, I just don't remember, but 40 is kind of a lot of beam length. Rivet disposition is good, critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot is easily by far the best in slot, and you can remove Galvanized Crosshairs or Lethal Torrent. Critical chance is good, crit multi solid, stash chance is good, and total damage is below average. This weapon does have the Incarnon form. You transform it from the base form to Incarnon form, and it's no longer a beam weapon, it's an AoE weapon. It has a much worse fire rate, has 15 charges, punch 2 doesn't work, critical chance is slightly higher, crit multi is exactly the same, stash chance is exactly the same. On direct hit it does pretty solid amount of damage, and it also explodes in a 5 meter radius, has nearly the exact same stats except for the total damage, which is much higher. Not only that, what it does, it also pulls every enemy in a 5 meter radius into this center of the AoE, and then it blows up, which is fine, I guess. So those are the stats, the passive, the mods, the arcane, and I think it's time for me to show you the evolutions. For the evolutions, so the first evolution is you're going to shoot enemies in the head to get the charges to transform this weapon from the base form to the Incarnon form. The second evolution increases your base damage by 6, and when you spend 50 energy, increase your base damage by +5 for 10 seconds, stacks up 4 times, so that's a decent amount of base damage increase for this weapon. The third evolution increases your base magazine capacity by 40, this only works on the base form, not the Incarnon form. And the fourth evolution increases your base critical chance by 10%, and also increase your base critical damage by 0.2x, which is quite good. So those are the evolutions. And I think it's time for me to show you this weapon in game. So I'm going to use the Synoid Gammacor Incarnon. No melee, no primary, no sentinel dog or cat. Remove this thing, boom. Ember is just here so I can play the game. And that's pretty much it. Let's go. And we are finally in. I'm up against the corrupted enemies, the Void, Steel Path of course. It's survival, the map's called Moth. So I'm going to show you this weapon here. No buffs or armor strip, of course, just raw damage from the weapon itself. And this is the regular fire. I'm going to aim down sight for Galvanized Crosshairs to get the critical chance, and as you can see, the regular fire isn't half bad. It's a single target DPSer beam that does like solid amount of damage. High status, good crit chance, good crit multi, constantly proccing heat. It comes with magnetic, we have viral. This is like quite solid. If it had like chaining, it will be much better. Sadly, it doesn't have any punch through. You kind of have to build it for like merciless gunfight and maybe remove like lethal torrent, and that will give you some punch through so you can hit multiple enemies. But yeah, this is the base form, and it isn't half bad at all. Now, once you do some damage to enemies' heads, you're going to get the charges. Press the alternative fire mode button, which is the middle mouse. You transform the weapon from the base form to Incarnon form, and it becomes an AoE. It pulls enemies to the center and blows up. That's it. That's the whole gimmick of this weapon. Pulls enemies. Sadly, the AoE is kind of small, 5 meters. Even if you add Prime Fulmination, it doesn't increase it for that much. So I think Prime Fulmination is kind of a dead mod if you use it on this guy. And not only that, the AoE damage-wise, it seems quite high, but believe me, it truly isn't compared to some other AoE weapons. Maybe if you add a buffer, of course, you're going to do much more damage, but we have much better AoE weapons than this guy. So that's one of the biggest reasons why you don't see anybody uses this Incarnon. It just doesn't do anything powerful or unique, you know. We have much better secondaries, especially now. We have really good secondaries, better than ever. And this one just doesn't do anything better than those secondaries, like the dual toxicist, like the Ladum, for example, the Okikor. All of those guys like do something really good, really special. This one doesn't do anything special, but it does work. So you can do some damage with this guy, of course. This isn't a useless weapon, but we have better secondaries. So that's the Incarnon. Now I'm just going to spam this, pull as much enemies as I can. There we go. Do some little bit of damage. Let's see, I will add some buffs just to see how it feels. Once I get the Incarnon form. There we go. Shoot it. Boom. Boom over there. Yeah, it looks like heat is killing them. I also have to aim down sight. I forgot I have Gallen's crosshairs, so it can crit. If I just let go, it won't crit, as you can see there. Boom. Boom over there. There it is. Constant or yellow crits, which is a positive thing. If you have a consistent yellow crits, that's a good thing. Boom. Alright, we're getting an Acolyte. I think my buffs ran out. My buffs are running out in 5 seconds. Give me a second to lose those buffs. Come on. Alright, I lost all my buffs. Whoa, where the hell did you spawn me, buddy? Get me out of here, thank you. Damage it does. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, single target damage-wise against the Acolyte, it's not that really good. It does have a below average base damage. It does have a bunch of elements as well. But the Incarnon form does much more damage, as you can see there. So if you want a single target, this is like much better. Or maybe if you add a ton of elements, you can complement Gallen's shot a lot. So maybe the base form will also like do some solid damage. But I will still say the Incarnon is much better at single target DPS. I also have to be really careful. I have no energy. I lost my second ability, which gave me DR. Yep. And I think I'm done here. I think I've shown the weapon more than enough. Time for me to extract. In 5 seconds. Boom. Boom. Alright, time for me to extract. Be right back. So that was the Gammacor Incarnon. It's a usable weapon, of course. It's not horrible, nor it's phenomenal. It's a overall in the middle. It's good. It's usable. That's the build. I hope you enjoyed the build. Thank you yet again, everybody, for watching. Leave a like, sub, and of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.